Here we have a new 2026 GMC Sierra 2500 HD. This one comes in the AT4X trim level. Onyx black is the paint, and then we have the obsidian rust leather interior. The powertrain consists of a 6.6 liter turbocharged V8 engine, and that's a diesel, made into a 10-speed automatic transmission. We got a 2-speed transfer case, up to 18,500 pounds, towing conventionally. Front end here, we get our LED headlamps along with the LED daytime running lights and the LED fog lights. The lights don't dance like that. That's just how my camera's picking them up. But I love the front fascia here. We get that nice kind of bronze galvanized grille. And then as you get up to it, it kind of looks silver, but I really like how it's got that effect. We have the tow hooks there, or the recovery hooks up front. Just a nice bold stance. Coming around to these wheels, these are going to be 18-inch aluminum. Passive keyless entry on the front, power running boards, power door lock controls, memory seat functions. We get one-touch up and down windows on the front, express down on the back, power sliding and folding mirrors with blind spot monitors. And then we have our rear window lockout there, Bose sound system, electronic parking brake, full 4-wheel drive. We can go through our drive modes here. You just have off-road and normal, and then your tow haul mode there, headlamp controls, hood release. Then you have a manual tilt telescoping steering wheel. And here's our 16-way power driver's seat with power lumbar 4-way and then power massage as well. Now I want to give a huge thanks to Chevrolet Buick GMC of Murfreesboro here in Murfreesboro, Tennessee for allowing me to review this truck today. I'll leave a link below in the description. If you're looking to find the best price on one of these closer to home, click that second link down below. It takes just a minute to fill out your information, and I'll make sure the local dealers are fighting to get you the best price on this or whatever new vehicle you might be interested in. Now you all can pause anywhere you need to take a closer look at the window sticker. There's a lot on here, so I'm trying to go through it in a timely manner, but the tint's not helping on the back. $99,478 is the sticker price. Let's go ahead and check out the space. So pretty good space back here. It's a full-size, heavy-duty truck, so it's about what I expect. Legroom's great. Seat back pockets are on both sides. 3-stage heated outboard seats. Rear AC vents. You get a USB-C, USB-A charge port. There's a view of the front from back here. And then the sunroof, shade. And then the middle seat folds down for bottle holders. I like the kind of like Alcantara feel of the headliner there. Nice sturdy hook if you need to hang your uniform on the sides there. Child locks, lock, unlock. And then if you need to get to the underseat storage, lift this up and then you can pop this. And you also have your in-seat storage if you need that. And there is the DEF filler and the diesel filler there. Now as we come back around to the back end, full LED tail lights. This is the hitch receiver, spare tire. There's the exhaust. And then you can fold this down. You have that kicker tailgate system, and then you can use the steps to hop into the bed here. You also have a 120 3-volt over here, or 3-prong plug-in over there, excuse me. Now as we come around to the rear passenger seat, lower anchors right here. Then you have the strap for the tether there if you need that. Front passenger seat. You get that same adjustability, the 16-way, so 4-way lumbar power, and then you have that massage function. You get these side pockets on both sides. lockable glove compartment down here with the owner's manual, and then get this cord out the way. Top storage cubby there. And as we come back around to the front end, there's that turbo diesel Duramax. And then before we hop in the driver's seat, I'm just gonna show off the blinkers. Let's go ahead and hop in the driver's seat. Leather wrap steering wheel. There's a horn sound. Over here to the radio, we get AM, FM, XM along with Bluetooth audio. We have wireless CarPlay, Android Auto compatibility. With this Google Assistant news, we have access to Google Maps and the Google Assistant, or Google News, excuse me. Dual zone automatic climate controls we can use either in the screen here, or we have buttons and knobs down below, along with the 3-stage heated cooled seats. And then in your settings, vehicle settings include teen driver, rear seat reminder, buckle to drive, and then you can go into your system settings if you want to change your language here. But a pretty simple setup for the most part. Not too much going on here, which I like. Not confusing. You have a volume knob here. You can click there to mute. And then you have a home button as well. Now, a lot of camera views here. Backup cameras here. Front camera. Curbside views. Trailer hitch view. And then my favorite, the bed view there. And then down here, exhaust brake, lane keeping system, parking sensors, tailgate release, hazards, traction control, windows down. We have an electronic rear differential lock, and that's pretty cool, so we can use that there. And then we have our hill descent control right there. USB-A, USB-C ports, a little storage while the phone's on the charger, bottle holders, trailer brake controller. Then the center console cubby space houses your wireless charging pad, another 3-prong household plug-in, a USB-C, USB-A duo to run to the radio, and then you have a removable tray there, which covers, in this one, an optional safe if you want to use that. Now up here, garage door transmitter, lights, and then we have a power sliding rear window we can control, and then the sunroof if we want to slide or tilt that there. So I'll show you how it slides. One touch. Then we can shut it one touch as well. And then for the power window, you just hold that down. Then you can shut it back. And then here we have the vanity mirror. And then back up front, blinkers, intermittent wipers, high, low, or low, high, excuse me, one time, auto high beam toggle, and then we have our windshield washer fluid, high beams. Now for the shifter, hit the brake, pull up, reverse, neutral, drive, and then you have that low gear, and you can use the limiter and see what gear you're in by toggling this through those 10 speeds. Behind the steering wheel on the left side, we can go through our track list or radio station presets. And behind on the right side, volume up, volume down. We get adaptive cruise, so we can turn that on or off. Hold this cancel button to go between adaptive and regular. Set your speed here, heated steering wheel toggle, gap adjust for the adaptive cruise and the forward collision alert, and then mute, voice recognition, and the scroll bar and these two arrows go through the middle part of the gauge cluster. So we have different info. We can actually set that here. If you want to turn certain things on or off, you can do that. And then we can also go to our display controls, or the options here, change the layout, and then you can change your units of measurement there. But I always like to change the lower gauges to the maximum. That's just how I like it. I don't know why. Now up front here, we have the heads-up display, so we can change the view there, 4 different views if you want to use those. And again, those controls are over here, brightness, info, and then you can actually move the display up or down. Push button start. Finally, here's the key fob with remote start. But next, let's go ahead and take this 2026 GMC Sierra 2500 HD AT4X out on the road for a test drive. So starting the test drive in this 2500 HD, love the Duramax. It's a bit, especially as it warms up, it feels a bit choppier driving, just in terms of just the sound you get from it as opposed to the gas V8. But once you get this thing going, it becomes more efficient. It runs really well, and it's just fun to drive. Now it's a big truck, and it kind of, you know, shows its girth there in terms of how it handles, but when it pulls getting on the interstate, it's gonna be nice. So I'm pretty excited about that. Still a very strong truck, even though it's huge. But I'm gonna give it a pull here, not gonna floor it, just gonna give it a little something. Here we go. So that was pretty impressive. I had a little bit of a tire squeal, and I was not anticipating that, and I really wasn't giving it much throttle. So that was impressive, very impressive. Now I do want to give one more thanks to Chevrolet Buick GMC of Murfreesboro for allowing me to review this truck today. I'll leave a link below in the description. If you're looking to find the best price on one of these closer to home, click that second link down below. It takes just a minute to fill out your information, and I'll make sure the local dealers are fighting to get you the best price on this or whatever new vehicle you might be interested in. I mean, the ride quality is decent. Again, for a heavy duty truck, 3/4 ton. It's an AT4X, so you have the more off-road oriented suspension, the tires, and you can feel that in the steering wheel, but I'll take it. I really like how these set, how capable they are, how cool they look. Now for the money, if you're looking for something like this, you want something flashy, you want something that looks good, that you mostly use off-road, and then if you need to tow something, you either tow a large trailer, a camper, or a boat, this is a good way to go. Me personally, if I actually towed stuff, I would go with a dually, maybe like in an LT or an SLT trim level, something like that. But you know, with this, you're not able to tow as much, but if you don't have to tow as much, why get something that can tow something that you're never going to tow, you know? And I think that's why these are a good option for a lot of buyers that are in the segment of wanting something really nice that's really capable in terms of towing, off-road capability, and hauling. But if you need to tow closer to 30,000 pounds, you know, you can get a 3500 dually and make sure it's a Duramax and all that. But I mean, here, this is enough, I think, for everyone that's going to be in this segment. Not everyone, but most people that are going to be in this segment. If you need a dually, you pretty much know you need a dually. If you don't, this is probably more than capable anyway. It's just if you want something really nice. And this does not disappoint in terms of the luxury amenities you get. Having the heads-up display, adaptive cruise, a sunroof. Love the massage seats. Cannot go wrong with those. Having them heated and cooled, blind spot monitors. This has everything. Again, it just happens to be a 3/4 ton truck that can haul close to 3,000 pounds and tow closer to 19,000. But overall, it's relatively easy to drive for it to be such a large truck. Where I have issues with these, and it's not like I have issues, but in parking lots, when you're trying to make tight turns, the turning radius is rather large, and sometimes it's a bit difficult to drive these around cars that are lower to the ground. So as you take turns, you can't really see them, but that's what these mirrors are for, of course. But a very nice 3/4 ton truck. Let me just leave it at that. And with all that being said, this will bring me to the end of my review of this 2026 GMC Sierra 2500 HD AT4X.